In today's video, I discuss why I won't follow a high-fat diet and it's not what you think. Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before I jump into the video, just a quick reminder that I'm now offering the SIBO, organic acid, stool tests and consult via my website. So if you have any health or digestive problems, then consider taking these tests as they will provide a lot of very detailed information upon which you can start making informed decisions and then start getting your health back on track. And on that bombshell, to the video. So if you've been following gut health research over the last 10 years, you will know there's a lot of research and concern with high-fat diets and their impacts on the release of what's called lipopolysaccharides. So lipopolysaccharides are endotoxins which are found on the outer membrane of gram-negative bacteria. So essentially, lipopolysaccharides are bacterial toxins that create inflammation in the body and wider health issues if they find their way into your bloodstream. Now, normally lipopolysaccharides are located safely in the gut, but when you develop leaky gut or eat too many fatty foods, they can quickly enter your body. Lipopolysaccharides, when in the body, can cause low-grade inflammation, depression, obesity, and even cognition issues. Now, lipopolysaccharides are predominantly found in bad bacteria, and these types of bacteria are responsible for causing gut infections, respiratory infections, and also urine infections. Good bacteria found in fermented foods and probiotics do not contain lipopolysaccharides. So there are two main mechanisms that can cause lipopolysaccharides to find their way into your bloodstream. So the first is through direct diffusion due to intestinal permeability, and the second is through absorption by enterocytes during chylomicron secretion. Now that's a lot of waffle and you don't really need to understand that. Other than that, if you consume a high-fat diet, then the more lipopolysaccharides will get into your bloodstream, and then the more lipopolysaccharides that do get into your bloodstream, the more inflammation and insulin resistance you are likely to experience. But things are not always that straightforward. Now, aside from high-fat diets and the saturated fat and cholesterol connections, lipopolysaccharides are one of the main criticisms used by scientists and healthcare practitioners in advising people to avoid high-fat diets. Now, I'm not here to tell you to eat high or low carb. I'm going to try and offer you the best advice to reduce the amount of lipopolysaccharides getting into your bloodstream and causing inflammation and insulin resistance. I personally eat high carb as it works best for me, and I also believe that a high carb, high fiber diet is optimal for gut health. That being said, it is absolutely possible to eat high fiber on a high fat diet. Now, it's true and scientifically proven that a high fat diet can absolutely cause the migration of lipopolysaccharides into your bloodstream, but it's not as straightforward as to say that fat is absolutely the problem. In a counterbalance argument to the evidence, it should also be stated that if you are eating a higher fat diet and a lower carb diet, then by eating this way, you are helping to better manage any potential issues with insulin sensitivity. Obviously, if you've taken out a high proportion of the carbs from your diet, well then the glucose levels will be reduced, and having higher levels of fat in your diet will not necessarily cause insulin issues. So I would suggest that you could feasibly follow a high fat or high carb diet and avoid insulin issues. The absolute key to doing this is to avoid consuming high amounts of fat and carbs simultaneously. So yes, absolutely, a high fat diet can cause high levels of lipopolysaccharides that get into the body and cause insulin sensitivity, but you could offset this issue by consuming a low carbohydrate in conjunction with a high fat diet. Now, while you can absolutely control your fat and carbohydrate intake to control your insulin sensitivity, if you do follow a high-fat diet, then you are still subjected to issues with high amounts of lipopolysaccharides getting into your bloodstream. And the problem with this is that lipopolysaccharides are a potent stimulator of the immune system. So if lipopolysaccharides remain in the gut, then they don't activate your immune system, but if they are absorbed into the body and the other side of your gut lining, then they will trigger your immune system and promote inflammation. So if you are someone that follows a high-fat diet, then it is critical that your liver is functioning well and is in great shape to carry out stage 1 and 2 detoxification as well as methylation. You also want to ensure that if you have a bacterial infection in the gut such as C. diff or SIBO, then you want to get rid of these infections so that the amount of lipopolysaccharides in the gut is not elevated. The next step will be ensuring that you heal the gut. Now, I've done a video on healing the gut, so watch that one after this one up here somewhere. If you are following a high-fat diet, it's also recommended that you have more monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats in your diet, as high saturated fat diets increase lipopolysaccharide numbers over the other types of fats. Another really important tip, if you are following a high-fat diet, then you absolutely don't want to consume too many calories. Eat what your body burns, because overfeeding will significantly increase lipopolysaccharide levels. You also want to reduce your alcohol intake on a high-fat diet, as alcohol will also significantly increase the amount of lipopolysaccharides getting into your body. So quite simply, eat clean, reduce your stress levels, clear up gut infections, avoid consuming high amounts of fats and carbs at the same time, and also avoid over-consuming too many calories, and you will be reducing your lipopolysaccharide levels. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, remember to look after your body, because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.